This is the photography and design class for LA Film School. And we have a discussion this week. Week 4 is the last week of class. And the discussion is about the social issue photography. And I'm going to reply as if I were replying to a peer in this group. Here is a social issue photograph. I'm going to go for it. It's not the best picture, but I like the concept a lot. I like the pills in the hand, and I like that the message in the phone is being very abusive to the person that's thinking about downing some pills. Very powerful. But let's talk about the principles of design inside of the image and if the image is actually working. Here's a cheat sheet for design principles if you need it. It's trentsizemore.com. If you look up design principles in photography, it comes up number 1 in Google. So you just click on that, you come over here, and it's got balance, harmony, repetition, or pattern, rhythm, unity, contrast, proportion, all those fun things. Okay, so what principles and photographic fundamentals are used in the image composition of this image? So I go, there is balance between the hand and phone forms. There's a repetition of the color red on the hand and phone. There's a focal point with the blue and white pills being the brightest color in the image. There's eye tracking. My eyes enter the image from the left side as Americans read left to right and go straight to the pills. Then I see the hand and then I see the phone. Are there any aspects of the image that are not working from your perspective? If so, suggest and improve the image and concept. Well, I would have to say I would have used a different background. The checkered sheets don't work with the composition. If the sheets represented someone's bed, then the checkered sheets dilutes the focal point. The hand and the phone blend too well with the dark sheets of the background, so there is no contrast. I'd rather see the white bed sheets that are either clean or dirty, so both given a concept in itself if it were dirty sheets or clean sheets. So the hand and the phone would pop in the image, giving it contrast, because right now, like I said, they blend too well with the dark background. I would like to see the pills and the hand in focus, not blurry. I know what the blurry form represents, but the image makes the hands and the pills look like they aren't as important as the phone. The phone must have the photo must have had a very low f-stop aperture, and I would like to have seen a higher f-stop to make everything in focus and detailed. Do you believe the image will connect to the target audience for the awareness campaign? Why or why not? I believe the concept is good, and I would connect to the target. I think it will connect to the target audience, but the image will not be as remembered for the aspects I pointed out in number 2. So I took it upon myself to fix the image below. You can check it out. I composited in a white bed sheet with the wrinkles going in a diagonal. So let me show you. I went to Pixabay and got a Creative Commons free image. I downloaded, and I used this area over here for the image, for this image right here. And you'll notice that these are kind of the folds that I use that are going almost vertical diagonal. Well, I turned them for the image to go this way. So, like I said, I composited in a white bed sheet with the wrinkles going in a diagonal angle that reflects the direction of the hand and the phone, repetition and balance. The contrast of the white sheets on the bed let the hand and the phone pop out of the image. I recolored the phone case to match the pills. That's unity. The phone is the conduit for the mental anguish, and the pills will be the cure. The repetition of the blue is a design principle. The repetition of the wrinkles in the sheet is a design principle, as well as the fingers being a design principle of the repetition. All right, so let me show you. This was what the image looked like. And I have the image of the girl on the sheet, or we're just going to use the sheet here. And here are all my layers. I'm not going to go through all of this. I'm not going to redo it all. I'm just going to show you what I did. I brought in the wrinkles of the sheet, and then I turned them to go this way. And then what I did was I took the phone layer, this background layer, and I did a Command J to make a new layer. And then I brought it up here, and I used a mask. I got the mask tool. I mean the mask, not mask tool, but the mask. And then I took a black brush and I brushed away everything that was the bed sheet part. let's see if I can use a quick mask tool here. That might help me a little bit, just to show you what I did. So let's get some of this out of there, and then I put in I filled the black into that area, and then I went in and I got really detailed. So this is what that looks like when it was all done, all detailed. Okay, but that looks unrealistic, right? So what happens is I need to have shadow. I need to add shadow to this. I need to put the shadow of the hand and the shadow of the phone on the sheet. So you'll see that the phone has a shadow on the sheet, and the hand has a shadow on the sheet. So I had to recreate those. So here we go. I got the bed, and I got the phone in the hand. And then I started putting some shadows in. First shadow I did was this one right here. And I made it darker here where the wrinkle is. And then I put another shadow in for the bottom down here of the phone to make it go over here. So then I did the phone shadow on the left side, just a little bit light, just a light shadow there, not as heavy as this one over here or this one here. That's why I have them on their different layers, because this layer is a 46% opacity, this one's a 29% opacity, this one's a 71%. And then I did the fingers, and then I did a heavier finger. This one has a mask on it because I made it very black, but then I used the mask to take some of the black away, soften it up. All right. So I was like, okay, this looks really cool. But then I was thinking, well, what about the brightness of the phone? Is the brightness okay? And then I brightened it, and I didn't like the way a brightness contrast did. So I put curves on it. And the curves lightened it up, and it gave a little more of a levels and a contrast. But the thing about that was it enhanced this green. Where did this green come from that's on the phone? I don't know. But I wanted to get rid of that green, so I put a hue and saturation layer in there, and that brought, see this right here, takes away the color. And I brought it down a little bit, and you can still see the blue a little bit, but the green's gone. I think that looks good. You can bring this up just a little bit. If you want, you can really get jiggy with it and do a black and white adjustment layer, and then fill black into that so it goes away, and then take a brush and brush white into the area that's, oops, let me get a brush white into that area where it's black and white. And you'll notice that there's, if the video shows it, it's like there's still some green in there. So you might take the dial back the black and white with the opacity here. You can dial that back just a little bit. Let's see what happens. You can see the green. There we go. We can go like 50%. So there we go. If we turn that off, you'll see the green, but if you turn it back on, it's almost gone. And that works. Okay. We're not doing brain surgery here. And then the last thing I was going to do is I really don't like that red color of the phone, and I want the blue. I want more blue in this image. So I did a hue and saturation, put a blue. How I did that was this. I did a hue and saturation, and I pressed colorize on here. I brought it up to blue that matched the color of the pills. I don't know where that color is yet, but I'll get close to it. Then I'll fill the mask in with black so it goes away. Then I'll take my white brush and I'll start painting in the phone, and I won't care about the color yet. I'll just paint in the phone, and when I'm done painting in the phone, that's when I will worry about the color. So now I'll worry about the color. I click on the black and white circle here, come down here to blue hue and saturation, and I'll click on the color, and that color right there looks close. I think that looks close. The blue is almost like an aqua, but let me get to there, and then let's bring this is the hue and saturation. This is the saturation of the color right there. We don't know. Do you want it unsaturated? Do you want it black and white? Do you want it a little bit saturated? It's up to you where you go. And then use black brush to get rid of some of the mistakes of coloring too far over, and then adding blue too. There we go. And then taking some blue away. That went over bounds. And that's it. I think that's it, right? That's it. Hope you enjoyed it.